Solution of test problems in simple steps, understanding full concepts. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to our series to understand how do we solve test papers efficiently. Now, when it comes to final test paper, especially if it is IB, you are given the formulae. But I've seen that students get confused which formula to use when. So, in this particular video, I will explain you strategies to understand why a particular formula was used and then provide you with solution. In my recent class with my student, I understood that, at the end of the session, it is kind of important to understand and have great foundation rather than just the formula list. Keeping that in mind, we are going through solution of all the questions, including this one, which is based on probability. Events A and B are such that probability of A is zero point 0.4, probability of A when B has occurred, this is a conditional probability, is 0.25, and probability of A union B is 0.55. Find probability of B. So let's understand the terms. First, I'll give you a Venn diagram. Let's say there are two events A and B taking place, right? So let's put them in a box which represents a universal set. Two events are A and B. And this center portion is a intersection B, right? Now, when I say probability of A union B, it basically means what? It means probability of A plus probability of B. So when you add these two probabilities, you add the intersection twice, and therefore you have to take away probability of A intersection B. So that is the significance of probability of A union B. Another thing which you notice here is the conditional probability. Now, conditional probability states that what is the probability of A when B has occurred? Now, B has occurred means all this, right? So, obviously, probability of A when B has occurred is only the intersection part, right? So the other part, let's write down here. The formula is probability of A when B has occurred is basically equal to probability of A intersection B, which is this portion, right? When B has occurred means probability of B. So it becomes easy also to remember the formula. In a test paper, you don't really have time to scan through your pages and go to the very first page for every searching of formula. Sometimes it is list of pages, right? You cannot do it in especially IBHL test. Okay, great. So these are the two formulas which we have to work with. Now see, we need to find what? We need to find probability of B, right? That is the question. Okay. Now let's try to use these formula and get to the result. So first thing is probability of A union B is given to us, which is probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B, right? Probability of A union B is 0.55. Probability of A is 0.4. Probability of B we don't know, nor we know probability of A intersection B, right? These two things are not known. But this statement helps us to relate them, right? So bringing zero point 0.4 here, we get 0.55 minus 0.4 equals to probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So if you do this, we get 0.15 equals to probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Let's call this as our statement number 1. Now the other statement is very easy. Probability of A intersection B, we are already given 0.25. So let's say we use this formula as statement 2. In this, if I substitute, probability of A intersection B is 0.25, right? And we don't know what is probability of A intersection B. We don't know what is probability of B. Correct. Now, since we need to find what is probability of B, we can eliminate probability of A intersection B, right? So we can clearly see here that we have 0.25 times probability of B equals to probability of A intersection B. Is that clear? So substituting this statement, what is probability of A intersection B? It is 0.25. I'm going to substitute here, correct, in equation 1. So let's call this as 3. So substituting 3 in 1, correct, we get what? We get 0.15 equals to probability of B minus, so instead of intersection B, I'm writing 0.25 probability of B. Makes sense? So now we have only one unknown, which is probability of B, right? 0.15 equals to, so 1 minus 0.25, 0.75 probability of B. So we get 0.15 over 0.75 equals to probability of B. Is that clear to you? See how neatly we have actually figured this out, right? Now the fraction part, 0.15, 0.75, think as if decimal is not there, just write them 15 over 70, right? So I'll write it for you. 15 over 70, use 75, right? And clearly it is 1 over 5, right? Or you can write 0.2. You see, that is how we get our solution, that probability of B, which we need to find, is 0.2. We are writing 0.2 because all other numbers are given in decimals, right? Probability of A is 0.4, probability of B is 0.2. Is that clear to you, right? We are going to follow with the same strategy and understand the rest of the solutions from this test paper one by one in different videos in the playlist. I'll recommend you to go through the playlist and understand all if you really want to master the whole course in just few videos. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to write your comments, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Soon my book, Crack the Numbers for Future STEM Leaders, will be released. If you want a sneak peek, send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Thank you and all the best.
Who is this book for? Middle and high school students who want to go beyond the classroom? Future STEM leaders looking to develop problem-solving and analytical skills? Anyone who loves math and wants to see its real-world applications in AI, physics, and engineering.
Are you ready to explore the mathematics of the future?
Crack the Numbers for Future STEM Leaders. Sharpen your skills, shape the future. Available soon. Visit our website to pre-order your copy and unlock your mathematical potential today.